Hello everyone and welcome to a readathon challenge wrap-up. This one I expect I started in I think January of 2023, but this was an alphabet challenge, and so I have all the books. They are all put away. I am just not going to be getting them out. Some of them were ebooks, some of them were library books, so I'm just going to insert an image of all of the books. Because this has taken place all year, I cannot tell you the synopsis of most of these, so I'm not even going to go into the synopsis. But I will tell you, this is an alphabet reading challenge that I challenged myself. My goal was to read a book per letter of the alphabet, so A through Z, so Apple through Z. And this was excluding words like A and the type of a thing. So those could not be on, the title could not start with The Waterfall, A Black Panther, something like that. So I did finally complete. It is November 17th as I'm filming this video. I did complete the alphabet challenge. I have read a book that the title starts with the letter of every alphabet in the English language. Now, I will be doing this again next year, so in 2024, and I think I'm going to add a second alphabet challenge where the author's first or last name has to start with the letter of the alphabet. So I think that's what I will be doing as well. So two separate alphabet challenges. Okay, so let's go ahead and delve right into this. Again, I can tell you what was the ebook, what I unhauled, and all of that. And so if I don't say one way or the other, then it's a physical copy that I own that has been put away for now. But if it's not one, I will tell you what it is. And again, because this has taken place over the year, I have forgotten the synopsis on some of these, and so I can't tell you the synopsis on some of these. So I'm just going to give you the title and the author in this video, and I will list them in the description box below as well. So if the title sounds familiar and is something that you might possibly be interested in according to the title that I give and the image that you will see, then you'll have the information will be in the description box. For letter A, like apple, I read Amber and Dusk by Lyra Selene. I ended up giving this one 2 stars, and I have since unhauled this book. For letter B, like Bravo, I read Borne by VanderMeer, and this was an ebook copy, and I gave it 3 stars. For C, like Cat, I read Cat Massage Therapy, Volume 2. I gave it 5 stars, and this was by Haru Hisakawa. Hisakawa. I said that wrong, I'm sorry. D, like Dog, I read Diamond and Dawn by Lyra Selene. This was a library edition. I have actually enjoyed this one more than the first book because this is a duology. Book number 1 in the series was Amber and Dusk. So this one, Diamond and Dawn, was book number 2 in the duology, and I gave book number 2 4 stars. But I will not be repurchasing because I will not repurchase Amber and Dusk, and I will not own a copy of Diamond and Dawn just because of how much I did not care for the first book. But I am glad I continued the series. Moving on, E like Elephant, I read Enter the Witch by Andris. I ended up giving this one 4 stars, and it was an ebook. F like Feather, I read Feedback by Mira Grant, and I gave this one 4 stars. This is part of the Newsflesh series, and I really enjoy this series. And I have since completed the series this year. G like Golf, I read Giant Days Volume 1, which is a graphic novel by Allison, and I ended up giving this one 4 stars. Let's see, for H like Hotel, I read Heartstopper Volume 1, and I read it via ebook written by Oseman. I gave this one 1 star. This is one that I think would have been better in a standard novel format rather than a graphic novel format. There was a lot of potential, but there's a lot of stuff in there I would have liked to have seen expanded upon and so I think it would have done better in a standard novel format. I Like Igloo. I read a library book, and that was titled If You Ask Me by Libby Hubscher, and I gave that one 4 stars. For J Like July, I read Journey by Gary V. Brill, and this one was an ebook. And I didn't write down my star rating. Why didn't I write down my star rating? This one was a more recent one. So this one I ended up giving, so for Journey by Gary V. Brill, takes place during the Civil War, was an ebook, and was one that I won through Goodreads, and I really enjoyed it. So it took place over the course of the Civil War, and over like so it started the Civil War and then took place like 15 years after type of a situation. It was actually really good, so I gave that 4 stars. Next up is K Like Kite. I read Night by A.K. Landau, and this is book number 1 in the City of Sisterly Love series. This one I actually did not rate, but for whatever reason, I don't know, but I did go back and put in a star rating, and I am giving that one a 4 star. Next is L Like Lion. I read Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. 5 stars. Absolutely love that one. Next up is M Like the Moon. I read Matched by Condie and gave this one 4 stars. Next up was N Like November. I read No Funny Business by Amanda Aksel. Gave this one 4 stars, and it was a library book. O Like Octopus. I read Once and For All by Sarah Dessen. Gave that one 4 stars. I really enjoy Sarah Dessen's writing, and as of filming this, I am currently working on another Sarah Dessen book. Next up is P Like Pimple. I read Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell. I have since unhauled this book. I gave it 2 stars. I went in with higher expectations, and there were things that I was kind of disappointed in with the storyline that I think could have been done a little differently. One of my pet peeves is people that slack off on their job, and that was a big thing in this. Granted, they're trying to find love, but they're still slacking off on their job, and that really rubbed me the wrong way. I've dealt with a lot of people like that. So just, yeah, couldn't handle that. Ended up giving it 2 stars and have since unhauled that one. Okay, moving on, I have Q Like Quilt. I read Queens of Geek by Jen Wilde. Gave this one 5 stars. This is the first book that I read, and this was actually a reread this year, but this was the first book that I read that actually has autism rep in it, that where I am autistic, that I was actually really able to relate to the person in the story that is autistic. So I could really see myself in the story, and that was really cool. Sorry, I thought someone was coming down. Okay. Next up for R Like Reveal, I read Real Life by, and I'm going to say this name wrong because I believe it's a name from France, Adeline, Dieudonne. Not sure how to pronounce that, but I gave that one 4 stars, and this was actually an arc that I won from Goodreads. I still have this, and I would actually like to, at some point, get a finished copy of this. I did enjoy that. S Like Salmon. I read Song of the Forever Rain by E.J. Mellow. Gave this one 3 stars. This is one, it was an ebook. I read it from Kindle Unlimited when I still had my Kindle Unlimited subscription, but I don't read enough ebooks to justify that cost anymore, so I have canceled that subscription. T Like 12. I read Two Wicked Desserts. Gave this one 4 stars. It was written by Lynn Cahoon, and it is a cozy mystery series, and it is really fun. There's paranormal aspects to it, and with witchcraft, loved it. You Like Universal. I read Unicorn Bowling by Dana Simpson. Gave this one 3 stars. It's a middle grade graphic novel. It's very sweet, very quick read, very enjoyable type of a thing. But I think I would enjoy it more would I be at the target age range of this. But as an almost 40-year-old having reading the series. I am collecting the series. This is a series that I will hope, if I ever have the chance to have kids or grandkids, this is definitely a series that I would like to read along with them, type of a situation. Absolutely loving it. Thoroughly enjoying it. So I read Unicorn Bowling by Dana Simpson for that. V like Virtual. I read another book by graphic novel by Dana Simpson. Again, this one got 3 stars, and that was Virtual Unicorn Experience. Very fun, very sweet. W like Witchcraft. I read Wicked by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Why didn't I give this one? Why don't I have a star rating written down for this one? I can easily pull this up. I've got my phone right here. Wicked by Jennifer. Four stars. So I do have it rated on Goodreads. I just don't have the rating on my paper. But I gave Wicked by Jennifer L. Armentrout 4 stars. And that is the start of a trilogy. I do have the other 2 books in my room, and I don't remember what the name of the series is called, but I had a great time with that. X like X-Ray. I read Zardak, and this does start with the letter X. And this was written by Scott Cato. This is an ebook, and this is one that I won from Goodreads. I gave this one 4 stars, and the author actually commented on my book review for this and said, if I remember right, something along the lines of this being his first book, or he's a brand new author. So I hope Scott writes more books. I thought the writing was very well done in that. It takes place in space. Basically, it's the end of the world, and some humans are picked up by the aliens to go and try and have a second chance at life without dying here on Earth with the rest of the planet. I enjoyed it. Y like Yellow. I read Yesternight by Kat Winters. I gave this one 3 stars, and this one I listened via audiobook and only audiobook. So I did not read along in any other format, only audiobook, and I don't really remember much about this one. It was fine while I read it, but I have forgotten about it since. All right, and the last one, Z like Zebra. I read ZF, The Passive Apocalypse by Xavier Max, and this was an ebook. And this is an ebook that I purchased from Amazon to fit a prompt for a readathon. I don't remember which readathon, but I specifically got it to fit a prompt or to fit this particular prompt. Not quite sure, but anyway, it works either way. I ended up giving this one 3 stars. It's a zombie apocalypse, a passive zombie apocalypse, talks about evolution. There's a professor that deals with evolution, and it takes place in Australia. So yeah, so that is it. Though that was my A to Z alphabet reading challenge. So again, I will be doing this again in 2024. I will do this not only for the title like I did now, where the first letter of the title has to start with that. Obviously, when I come to A and T, I will not be including a, and, or the word the. So those words are excluded. It has to actually start. So it can't be the zebra, it has to be zebra type of a thing. Or the apple, it has to just be apple. Anyway, so you understand. So I will be doing that for the title, and I will also be doing this for the author's name, either their first name or last name. If it's like J.R.R. Tolkien, I will not be using the initial, I'll go by the last name specifically. So yeah, that is my plan. Let me know for this alphabet challenge. If you were doing this, what is something that you would have enjoyed to read? Is this something that you do or are possibly interested in doing? Let me know. Have you read any of these books? Have you read books from any of these authors? Talk to me in the comment section below. And until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book. And I'll talk to you later.